Hi, I'm Mayor Dan Rizzo, and welcome to the first edition of Revere Senior News. As many of you may know, the Revere Senior Newsletter is put out every month at our Senior Center, but a lot of people don't get a chance to see it or get a chance to read it. So this is a great opportunity for seniors at home to listen and learn about the things that are going on throughout the city, and in particular at our Senior Center, from the people that actually make it all happen there. And with me right now, who at some point in time in the next few minutes will be taking over as your permanent host, is our Director of Elder Affairs, Steve Fielding, and Morris, who has been playing music and entertaining seniors down the Senior Center for as long as I can remember. And so they will be bringing you this news every single month. And I'm sure you'll find it informative. They have been doing a tremendous job down there since I appointed Steve Fielding as our Director of Elder Affairs back a couple of years ago. I know that participation has increased significantly, programming has increased significantly, and there is many more initiatives and things that are on the way that I'm sure they'll be able to tell you about over the next coming months and coming years. So I hope you'll enjoy this show. And it's going to be full of good information that you can use. And one of the things I know that they want to do by bringing you this news is to encourage participation at the Senior Center. There is a lot of good things going on and fun and entertaining things that we really focus on and talk about, trying to find ways to make our senior community more vibrant and you know, to really increase the quality of life as best we can for all of our seniors. So I'm sure that you're going to really enjoy the show. I want to thank our sponsors that help pay for the senior newsletter each and every month. It is, you know, without their support, without their financial help, this newsletter really would not be possible, or it would be that much more difficult. We'd have to take money away from programming and put it into the newsletter. So your sponsorship dollars absolutely help and absolutely matter. And if you are interested in sponsoring the senior newsletter that is put out not only at the Senior Center, but many different locations across the city, please contact Steve Fielding, who is, again, your Director of Elder Affairs. I'd like to just close before turning it over to Steve, who will be your permanent host, and Morris, who will be his co-host, by just saying how proud I am of the work that is going on down there. I don't get down there as often as I'd like, but certainly when I do, it's always great to see my friends down there that I've known and come to know over the last 15, 16 years. And I hope that your experience at the Senior Center continues to be a good one. And really, I look forward to even bigger and better things as time goes along down there. So without any further ado at this point, I would like to turn it over to your permanent host, Steve Fielding.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My name is Steve Fielding. I'm the director of the Revere Rossetti-Cowan Senior Center. We are located at 25 Winthrop Avenue here in Revere, which is right off of Broadway. Our telephone number is 781-286-8156. The Senior Center is open between 8 and 4 p.m. And we're going to tell you a little about the senior news, as Mr. Mayor said. But first, I'd like to just introduce Mr. Morris, who is a longtime fixture at the Senior Center. Morris is a great guy who brings a lot of happiness to people through his volunteerism, his advocacy of seniors and veterans. And Morris actually gives his time and plays music every single day at the Senior Center and brings a lot of joy and happiness to all who attend on a daily basis. Morris?
Right, thank you, Steve, for introducing me. My name is Morris. I've been at the Revere Senior Center 27 years because you have to be 60 and up to belong there. I was a volunteer there 13 years prior, And I've been the happiest person because of the senior center. And I would like to see every senior who's over 60 come to our senior center. But we do so many things there, and I'm not going to elaborate on any of them because I have the director here, and he could tell you more about it than I can. So, Steve, take it over.
All right, so the purpose of this news show is to bring you some information of what's happening at the senior center and what's available to you as a senior. One of the first things that I'd like to tell you about is our shuttle van service. We have a shuttle van that operates every single day from Monday through Friday. And the nice thing about it is we have 2 shuttle vans that operate 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And what that means is that you can call up and see when you can come into the office and register for the shuttle, so that we have your contact information and, most importantly, your emergency contact information. And the shuttle costs $10 for a book of 10 coupons. And what we do is allow you to get on the shuttle by producing a coupon for the trip to wherever you're going and the trip back to where you're going. The senior shuttle van runs every day from 10 to 3:30. And we take people not only from their homes to the senior center, but also to medical appointments, hairdressing appointments, retail stores, and the banks. Basically, we request that you call 1 day ahead so that we can schedule you on time for any appointments that you may have, or if you have an activity that you're going to attend to at the senior center. And it's a great service, so all you would have to do is call 781-286-8156 and schedule your ride for when you need it. Yes, Morris?
Is there any limits to what the senior shuttle, how far it can travel, Steve?
Well, I suggest that when you come in to register, you get the form for the shuttle program, and it actually explains what is required to go on the shuttle and where we go. On Wednesdays, since we have 2 shuttles, that's the day that we go outside of Revere, and currently we go to either Walmart in Lynn or we go up to the Square One Mall in Saugus. Again, it depends on the outside appointments and the people that we're also taking to the senior center when the availability is to be able to do that.
Right, thank you.
Okay. So the shuttle service and transportation is really the #1 issue for seniors, not only in Revere but throughout the Commonwealth. And we are very fortunate to have 2 shuttles that operate 3 days a week. The other thing that we offer at the senior center are health services. And many senior centers do this, but ours in particular has been a foundation of the senior center for a long time. For instance, coming up in September, Carol Donovan, our city nurse out of the Inspectional Services Department, will be coming to the Senior Center on September 3rd and September 17th. She usually comes around 12 o'clock, and she is there for individual blood pressure and consultations. We have a chair massage person that comes. Her name is Barbara McDonald. She comes once a month. We don't have a date scheduled for her yet this coming month in September, but you can call the Senior Center to find that out. Barbara usually charges $5 for the chair massage. We also have Mary Marino from Mary's Affordable Hearing, and what she does is hearing tests, and she also helps people determine how well their hearing aids are working and if they need to be replaced, and she also makes recommendations if you do need a hearing aid, and she gets great prices. We have a podiatrist that comes to the Senior Center the first Wednesday of every month. And in September, he is scheduled to come on September 2nd. His name is Dr. David Kaplan. He's been coming to the Senior Center for close to 20 years. And I suggest that if you are going to use these podiatry services, and Dr. Kaplan in particular, you get to the Senior Center very early, I'd say by 8:15, 8:30, because it gets pretty busy. I'm saying that on an average of the first Wednesday of every month, he sees about 30 to 40 people, which is quite a bit. The other thing I want to talk about is the meals program that we offer at the Senior Center. On a daily basis, we offer a very nice meal. It is offered every day at 12 o'clock. The meal costs $1.50. You have to call up a day ahead of time and make a reservation. We don't want to overcook a number of meals because we are not allowed to give them out or sell them as a result of extras. We also don't want to shut people out, so to just show up on the day that we're serving would be disastrous because you wouldn't be able to get a meal. I do want to say that compared to many senior centers in the area, $1.50 is the lowest price around, and you can check any senior center out there if you'd like. The menu that is drawn up every month for the senior center, the meals program, is something that I do in consultation with our state agency, CRW Elder Services, which is the Chelsea Revere Winthrop Elder Services. And recently, they have been bought out by Mystic Valley Elder Services, and they will be our agency of record, I believe, officially in October. The meals program and the consultation with the nutritionist brings some very, very good food to seniors, and it's most important that we provide them with a very well-balanced meal. What else can I talk about? Our health and exercise programs. I'm going to look at my little calendar here because we have added 4 new exercise programs. Here's an example of what we offer at the Senior Center. On Mondays, we have Tai Chi and Chi Ball at 9:15 to 10:15 with Ernie Saro. Also on Monday, we have line dancing between 1 and 2 p.m., and we do this with Emily Brenner. We also have core and balance with Sharon between 2 to 3 p.m. And one thing that I didn't read here that is fairly new, which is going to start on September 14th on Monday from 10:30 to 11:30, we have a yoga and meditation stress relief program. And that's being spearheaded by Natalia Cepeda, who is very well versed and a certified yoga and meditation trainer. Tuesday, we offer from 10:30 to 11:30 Zumba Gold, and that's with both Ernie Saro and Barbara Peasy. On Wednesday, we have Zumba Toning. Zumba Toning is a fee-based class, okay, and that's something that we charge $5 for as opposed to all the other programs. Zumba Toning is offered at 6:15 to 7:15, and again, that's with Ernie Saro and Barbara Peasy. The nice thing about the Zumba Toning is that we open that up to all ages, and it's great because you see kids from 14 and 15 and 16 years old, you know, exercising and dancing with people that may be up to 90, 95 years old. So that's a very, very popular class. On Thursday, we have a beginner's exercise program, and that's with Nancy McInerney, and that's being held at 10:30 to 11:30. That is one of the most popular classes, and Nancy is a great teacher, and that's something that we want to see even bigger. On Friday, again, we have a core and balance workout with Sharon. This is the second of her 2-class set for each week. The core and balance workout class for Sharon on Friday is 11 to 12 p.m. And I'll tell you, that's one of the new programs that we have, and what that does is give you flexibility and strength training. It's a fall prevention class, and it really helps a lot of seniors who have arthritic problems and other issues with their limbs. You know, at the Senior Center, we have a lot of other programs. For instance, on Mondays, we have a teacher named Anthony Architulo, and he teaches a watercolor class. He's been there for many, many years. And the watercolor class is held on Monday between 10 and 12 p.m. On Mondays, we also have a Shine Counselor, and that's a Shine Counselor is an insurance representative, and it helps people who need advice on their insurance, whether they're 65 years or older. And we have a woman by the name of Barry Olefsky, and you have to schedule an appointment ahead of time to see her, and she takes appointments every Monday between 10 and 2 p.m., sometimes longer if needed. And she's a wonderful person, and she is a volunteer that does this. On Tuesdays, we also have a computer class from 10 to 11:30 p.m. Now, the computer class can only fit 5 people per class, and Lois Diamond, our program director, runs that. And that's held usually from the fall to the spring. That's a class that you really have to call up in advance because we have a pretty booked agenda coming up for that class, and it's not being offered right now in the summer, but in September we're going to have to weigh when we're going to start that up, and we'll let you know on that. Every day at the Senior Center we have bingo, and that's held every day except Wednesday, when we have a couple of different things going on. On Wednesday morning, Rosemary Adagna teaches ceramics, and we have a number of seniors that take ceramics, and they take their ceramics class between 9:30 and 11:30. On Wednesdays as well, located at the Lucky Strike Lane in Lynn, we have a bowling league, and right now that's pretty full, but we are also taking names in case somebody needs to drop out. We have a great movie of the week every Wednesday afternoon from 1 p.m. And we're very fortunate at the Revere Library because we have a great partnership with them, and what they do is provide us with up-to-date movies. Currently, we have 2 movies booked for September. One on September 2nd, it's called Birdman, and I know that was up for an Academy Award last April. And so these are very current releases that are coming out on DVDs that we're showing. On September 9th, we have a movie called Boyhood. So going forward after that, you'd have to call the Senior Center to make sure you know which movie is being shown. Thursday's a busy day. We have a hairdresser coming in the morning from 9 to 11, and you have to call the office for an appointment there as well. And we also have a knitting group that's great, and this is a group that knits all kinds of caps and blankets and other items for various hospitals, for the homeless, for soldiers. I won't get into all the details, but that is led by Lois Diamond and her group, the Knitters That Care, and that's between 10 and 11:30 a.m. Yeah, Morris.
If people want to donate to the
Yep.
sewing for the veterans or hospitals,
Yes.
what would they like to?
Well, we do take yarn and other items that are related to the knitting activity, and they can bring them to the Senior Center, or they can call 781-286.
Any favorite colors, Steve?
Well, I think for those that want to donate the darker knitting, the yarns, I guess you call it, for the soldiers, helmets, those are welcome, but also bright colors, any kind of color, actually, you know, and they can determine what they'll use them for.
Right,
so that's
thank you.
that's a very popular one.
Thank you.
And there is also on Friday canvas making from 9:30 to 11:30, and that's a group of women that have a specialized art form called canvas making, and they make all kinds of pins and other items that they knit. So there's a lot of things going on at the Senior Center. The one thing I want to mention is the birthday celebration. Every last Tuesday of the month we have a birthday celebration, and we celebrate everybody's birthday for that particular month, and it is a lot of fun. Music and entertainment. As I mentioned, Morris plays music every day, and it's a great thing. One of the things that we started 2 years ago when I came on board was to have a very, very special monthly luncheon usually every last Thursday of the month. And our newsletter does have the entertainment and the days in which we have that entertainment. Now, I want to tell you that every month, particularly like this September coming up, September 24th, we have a Fall Fest luncheon, and we are featuring the singing grandpops. There's 24 singing grandpops, and from what I understand and what I've seen on their video, it's a great show. There's 24 of them, and they put on quite a variety show, and it's very nice. I want to tell people that the actual cost of a lunch, as I mentioned before, is $1.50, but to help pay for the entertainers that we have, we charge an extra $2.50 for these special monthly luncheons only. I heard that people think that we charge $4 for the lunch every day. Not true. On the special monthly luncheons, it's $1.50 for your lunch as usual, and we add $2.50 to make it a total of $4 for that special monthly luncheon. That $2.50 per person goes to pay for the entertainment. Nobody donates things anymore. So, you know, that entertainment is good quality entertainment. Last month we had Johnny Costanzo, We have had Joey Canzano. We have had Christine Viarella. We have had the Senior Tones. We've had a number of great entertainers. Last Christmas, in fact, we had a great Christmas show. We had 4 members of the Boston Pops come,
Right.
and they played trumpets and bugles, and it was a Christmas show. So to tell you what's coming up for the special monthly luncheons, already booked, September 24th, the Singing Grandpops. October 29th, the Senior Tones. Our Thursday, November 19th luncheon, which is a Thanksgiving Day luncheon, and that will be held at 4 p.m. as opposed to 1 p.m. We have Christine Viarella Gomes, who will be singing. Many people remember her from the Rhinestein Senior Prom. On Thursday, December 17th, we have a Christmas luncheon, and we're hoping to get Mark and Jennifer Emery, who are the people that were able to get us in contact with the members of the Boston Pops last year. And even going back out to January, we have an entertainer already booked for January. His name is Ron Goldman. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the trips. Yes, Morris?
I was going to suggest that we tell them if people want to, we have a little library there too with the books.
Oh, yeah, I just want to talk about the trips for a second
Okay.
first, okay? Now, we don't have a trip coordinator per se, but Marisa Coriali in our office does run a trip usually every month to either Foxwoods or Mohegan, and we are in contact with the Patriot Civic Club, the Satter House, the Somerville Council on Aging, and the Winthrop Council on Aging, with all their trip coordinators. And what they do is provide us what they are offering their people, and they will take and pick up Revere people for their trips as well. We are looking into some day trips that we want to do at the Senior Center with the use of the second van. So we're working on trying to offer some small, quick trips, like a 3 or 4 hour trip. And because we just started using a second van, we want to see how that scheduling goes so that we can determine when the best day is to offer some day trips. You mentioned a library.
Well, I meant people can come in and pick up a book and
Right.
take it out.
Right. We do have books that are donated from different seniors and other people, and we do have a mini library, if you will, and people can come in and take out a book and read it and then return it. So that's another thing that we offer people at the Senior Center. And like I said, you know, bingo every day except Wednesday. That's very popular, and one of the things that we're going to start up, and this is a breaking news story, is I think we're going to offer a special bingo once a month where we'll offer a special monetary prize for the coverall game, which is the last game in the bingo players' agenda, you know.
That would be good.
So it'll be good. We also have coming up a series of meetings with our Council on Elder Affairs, and one of the things we want to prepare for and offer seniors is a anniversary / senior social. And you and I had talked about this earlier. It's our goal to bring back that anniversary party, but offer it to others who may have been married 50 years or more. And we're in the planning stages of that. It most likely will be offered in late spring, early summer. We tried to fit it in for this fall, but there were just too many things going on at the Senior Center and within the city. So
That's a good idea, Steve,
Yeah.
because the days are longer, so people that cannot travel at night will have more time to come.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I would be remiss at this point, even though it's a senior news show, to just tell you a little about our staff, okay? We have a great staff at the Senior Center. Our goal at the Senior Center is to make the Senior Center, the Rossetti-Cowan Senior Center, a very welcoming, inviting, safe, fun environment. And we have a great team that has been able to do that, including Mr. Morris. We have 3 people in the office who are just fantastic. Many of you know Lois. She's been there for 16 years. She's the program coordinator, and she just ran a successful flea market, which was a lot of work with a lot of volunteers. And it was a fantastic flea market bake sale, and people really enjoyed that.
I would like to just say one thing, if I may, Steve. I've known Lois a long time, and let me tell you, she does a fabulous thing, so I would like to thank her too.
Yep.
So thank you, Lois, for everything you
Right.
do, not only for me, but for the seniors.
Exactly, Exactly. Now, Marisa Curiale, I consider her my office manager. She's taken on a lot of responsibility since I got there, and she's just a fantastic person. And the other person in that office is Mary Ann Moore, who joined us last November. And I have to say, you know, unlike other departments, and I always say this, we don't, you know, service clients that may come in and talk about their water bill or their parking ticket. We provide human services. We become passionately involved in the seniors' everyday lives. We see them on a daily basis. And I'll tell you, sometimes it's very interesting what we have to deal with, but I have to say that the staff there is very passionately involved and loves working with seniors. I also want to mention our two van drivers. Jim Carlton and Frank Sabio. Jim is a full-time van driver. Frank is a part-time van driver. And I have to say, these two gentlemen, I mean, they are very, very cognizant of taking care of seniors in sometimes very difficult circumstances, because a lot of seniors have trouble getting in and out of the van. You know, a lot of them have walkers or canes. And they're very fragile. Not mentally fragile, but physically have challenges. And these two gentlemen really go out of their way and make sure that when the seniors are leaving their house, they're accompanied by one of them, that they get on the van and they're safe, they're buckled in safely, and they're brought to this senior center on a very timely basis. They also are very aware that seniors have outside appointments, whether to doctor's offices or the bank or the Stop and Shop or Market Basket, wherever they're going, that they get them there on time. And we really, with their help and the office help, try to accommodate the needs of seniors in regard to that. We have several people that work in the kitchen that have been there for a total of close to 90 years. We have Loretta Papa, Angela Toscano, and Maria Licciardi. We have a commercial kitchen in the senior center, and they prepare the meals every day based on the menu that's set up. And they have been there since, gosh, I have to say, when the senior center was located in 5 different locations in the city, and they cooked out of one, and they used to just deliver them, not them, but they used to prepare the meals for delivery to the other locations. So
they
that
used
seniors,
to be on Revere Street, the American Legion.
Yeah, St. Anthony's. I mean, they used to be everywhere, and these ladies are great. We have a number of volunteers at the senior center. I can't even mention them because I will lose somebody's name. I want to make sure that everybody are aware that we have great volunteers. And getting back to the kitchen, I'm trying to think of all these things all at once. We have a woman by the name of Nina DeFreitas. She's our lunch monitor. So when you're a senior, you call up for your lunch reservation. When you come in, you see Nina DeFreitas, and you will give her your money. She'll give you a ticket, and then you'll be all set for lunch. So that's kind of it in a nutshell for the first edition of Revere Senior News. I want to thank you for listening. We're going to try to keep this up every month so that we can provide you with newsworthy things to talk about. And I want to thank you, Morris, for being part of the show.
Thank you.
For helping generate this idea. I want to thank Revere TV, and I want to thank Rick Promise, Bob Dunbar, Bobby Driscoll,
And Jessica
Simpson, because they're all fantastic people. We have a great partnership with
and
Revere
we also
TV.
have a young kid there, I want to say Derek, I don't know his last name.
Derek, yeah. And so we have a great partnership with Revere TV, and we're very grateful to them for providing senior news.